is it that you're first? Hi, Chef and more. How are you? She said first. That was my stomach. Interesting. Put you up there. Good. I'm happy to hear that. We have been in these YouTube streets, haven't we? I've been in so many lives today. How are you guys doing? Happy Saturday. So, we got a lot to discuss tonight about the garden and what everybody is doing, how everybody's doing in their yards and or homesteads. So, I'm excited. I'm excited that yeah, it is a grind, but I'm happy that I met my weekly goal and I did that. So, and thank you guys because you guys are definitely a part of that vision. Definitely a part of that vision. So, I'm so excited that you guys are here. I am. So, anybody been able to catch my garden sunrise? Anybody been able to what do you guys think about that? Those birds are loud. I didn't realize how loud the birds are until I put the camera out there. I 2 weekly goals I've tried so many times. Yeah, it seems like as soon as you get right there, it's just like a waiting. Like you're just waiting. Like there's like this standstill and then hi, Marriage and Marijuana. Is this Mr. and Cakes or both of y'all? Welcome to the live. I'm so happy you guys made it in tonight. Thumbs up on the way in. Yes, I watched the playback. It was beautiful and relaxing. I'm so excited. I watch my own playback because I love those kinds of sounds and those are the kind of sounds that I used to before I became a creator. I used to go on YouTube to look for. So I was like, shoot, I could create my own. So I'm excited that is now one of my favorite, and I can do it every morning, every time the sun rises. I could do it. I don't know how it's gonna be when they start when it starts raining or whatever. But that'll be something that I'll try to capture as well because the rain might be soothing and it's natural. It's not like artificial. So I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited that I don't know. Some just you know came across and said, "See what this would be like," because I've been going out there with my camera or my phone and just snapping pictures of it. And I said, I wonder what this would be like if I just recorded it and kind of time lapsed it. Um, can you guys hear me okay? I should probably do a mic check before I start talking. Can everybody hear me all right? Okay, I hear now. Okay, I was just going on and on about the garden sunrise. I'm excited about that. I was on doing the playback myself earlier as I was multitasking as usual. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to my Saturday Night Live. I'm so excited that everybody is here. Hi, Dan. Organic Food Forest Gardening. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the. It's technically called the Milk Cafe, but it sounds. I don't know. It just sounds more appropriate when I'm talking about the juicing. So I haven't really got with it with the gardening when I'm talking about the gardening. So my Saturday Night Live is specific for gardening only because I don't want to exclude that. I get excited about the gardening. Hi, midget, 4 foot. I'm gonna just say Nani's World. Is that okay? Is it okay if I just say Nani's World? Um, but welcome to the live. I'm glad you made it. So we are going to be talking about gardening. And if you're not a gardener, maybe some things that we say can get you started. And it's just a big myth that, if you haven't started a garden, that you have to wait until you either own your own property or, a lot of people say that, well, I'm not where I want to be right now. I don't have what it takes to, or the space and time that it takes to have a garden. But I rented and had a little, me and the kids would go in the springtime and plant flowers on the side. It doesn't take a lot of space. All it takes is a determination and want. So if you want to get into it, you can. But I'm excited to be here talking about what's going on. I say what's growing on in the backyard. So, I always got this. This is always on me. So I want to know, who is a gardener? Have you tried to garden in the past? Because one of the things that I found is that a lot of people have either a garden or have gardened in the past. So if you are, I started in my kitchen, so you are gardening. You do have something growing on over there. So who is gardening already? And if you guys don't know each other, this is a good time to connect because I have met every last one of you in someone else's life. So feel free to connect with each other. And this is Cakes. Okay. So feel free to connect to each other and um, grow like that. But so who's garden? Who has a garden? Who's grown something? Even if it's herbs in the kitchen. Who's done that? Any? I'm growing weeds. Yeah, I'm growing weeds too. I do my best to pull them though. That is so cute. She said I'm growing weeds. Every yard has them, I assure you. But I used to when I was in Carolina, but now I only have houseplants. And that's what I grew up. I mean, well, my grandmother had her backyard garden and her worm bed. She called that her worm bed. So I helped her nurture that area. But my mother always had houseplants, so I was constantly seeing her propagate. I didn't know it was called propagation at that time, but now that I'm learning a little bit, she would always break off something, put something in water, and then transplanting from one pot to another. So I saw my mom work with her house plants for some time. And Miss Full Roller Sarah says she's a, um, a container gardener. Weeds are just plants growing where you don't necessarily want them to. Exactly. Yes, my grandmother taught me. Yeah, I guess that's all of our stories. Seriously, I have a container garden. So that's what Chef Moore is saying. And let's see if I missed anything. I love planting. I get my medicating on, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if anybody is connected with food forest permaculture, but he was definitely getting his. You guys got to get food forest permaculture. I think he's in Canada, and he definitely was showing and telling his garden and what he has growing on over there. I thought it was cute. And so, yeah, I just started. For those of you who don't know, thank you, Green Organic Love. I just started uh, growing in June. So I I originally I YouTube has been my go-to for everything. If I don't know it and I want to learn it, before I was a content creator, I would just go to how to do anything or whatever I needed to do that nobody in my immediate area knew how to do. I would just go to YouTube to find answers. And so, in learning how to do my grass and take care of the trees, I ran across some uh, some major some major channels that I respect as, you know, seasoned gardeners that really taught me how to take care of my trees and the grass and stuff. And so as I began to go into their lives, then I began to take care of my own stuff. And then I began to meet you all. So um, that's pretty much how I got started. And what's everybody's zone? Does everybody know what their zone, and then where are you guys? What's your locations? My zone is zone 9B, and I'm in a little city in California called Hemet. So that's where I'm growing stuff at. Chef and Moore says, "This is crazy, but I just learned that it really pays off if you plant an item where you are supposed to." Yeah. Um, Cake says, "I learned how to garden from my mother. My family history consists of a lot of clapping. We crop shares and whatnot." Yeah. I think that's pretty much all of our all of our history. And Chef and Morris says I'm in 7B. Um, Let me see. Miss Full Roller Sarah says, "I'm from a big city. Do I'm pretty much self-taught, lots of trial and error and trials, as my grandmother was a renter. When she got a house, she was not physically able to garden." Yeah, that's why my grandma had me. She had me running stuff back and forth in there because um I'm from her youngest child, and then I'm the youngest of, well, was the youngest of my mom's children for a while. So let's see. Deba. Is that how you say it, if I remember what right? Deba, welcome to the live. Thank you for coming in. She says she's in. Are you male or female? I don't want to get that wrong. 6B and in Connecticut. And then Miss Full Roller Sarah is in zone 7B, very close to 8A. I mean, crop shares. I got it. I gotcha. I planted radishes in the spring, Chef and Moore says, and they died fast. It is too hot here. I just planted more last week and they are thriving. Yes. Hello, Jacob Johnson. Welcome to the live. I'm glad you made it in tonight. So, we are just talking about everybody's zones that they're gardening in and where they are located, and everybody's pretty much gardening experience. And so, yeah. And like I said, I just, even though I've had, like as a girl, I've had, I've been exposed to gardening. It was really something to be able to do it myself. Like I was like, I got this, you know. I can just, I am a woman and you are pronouncing my name right. Thank God, because I could butcher a name up really bad, I promise you. But I do my best. I think you're the one that kind of helped me out last week with it. So, Diva. My grandmother's two brothers owned farms in Georgia, and her husband and herself were sharecroppers. It's in my genes. Yeah, that's where my grandmother came from too. No, I meant she did not garden at all. She and the other members of the family does not like to get their hands dirty. That's why I'm self-taught. Once I bought my own house. Yeah, I see when I started gardening, I thought that I could just get a shovel and stuff and I didn't have to get my hands dirty and I didn't want to be worrying about no bugs and stuff. And then I started digging in the dirt and I was reminded of the worms and stuff that I used to see. And I was like, oh goodness, what have I gotten myself into? And because I'm spoiled like that, I don't like camping. I don't like stuff like that. And so, and it's crazy because like my younger life, the reason why my grandmother had the the worms was because she fished with them. And so I would go with her fishing all the time. And so even though I don't really like creepy crawlers and stuff like that today, I was always fishing with my grandma and messing around with worms on hooks and catching fish and stuff like that. So I don't know. I never liked it then anyway, but I did it. My father always had our flower bed full of everything. I just didn't pay attention. Thought I could just throw some seeds down and bam, yeah, that's me. Chef Moore said that. Yeah, I just automatically assumed that, you know, and I think it was just me watching everybody else who I thought was a seasoned gardener or experienced gardener, like, Lev Farmer 73, the Backyard Gardener. There's another one that I used to watch frequently. And who was the other one that I watched all the time? Just could not wait for the next episode to come out. Welcome to the live timer 66. Um, who is the other one that I just Callie Kim. I watched a lot of her uh, back then too, and I'm saying back then, but it wasn't that long ago. Just right in the summer, and then Justin Rhodes. I always like to see uh, his shows, and who was the other gardener? Homestead Heart, and that's the best you can do. What am I missing? So mine too used to have to dig for worms for her. For fishing, Nani's World, she fish a lot? Cause I think we were talking about that before where like most people who garden probably have fished and we were kind of doing the same thing. Deba says I just built PVC framework to cover my two raised beds so I can get some greens to grow in the cold months. I'm going to try. That has been my biggest challenge right now, but that's a question I'm gonna ask in a little bit later. Ooh, that's amazing. So yeah, I think that's something that because who was saying that they used to dig out the worms? Was it for? I have two questions. Okay, Angela's Busy Bees Gardening Homestead. Welcome to the live. I'm so glad you made it tonight. So, we're just giving our zones and some little experiences that we've had. Um, Deepa was saying that she what were you saying, Deepa? That you built a cover so you could try to grow some greens during the cooler months. And let's see. Yeah, so that's what we had going on. And then I was just telling my experience with being fishing. Probably have to wait until the fall and winter for you. Yeah, it's cooling down. Like it's for a long, long time we were in the triple digits, just triple digits every week. And then now we're like in the 60s. I think the last couple of days have been hotter though. So we were in last week was really warm. So we were in maybe the 80s and 90s for a couple of days, but in the morning is definitely cool. So I'm gonna try. All right, I planted the greens. I haven't been out there too much to be checking on them, but today, not today, yesterday, I went out there, but I didn't look at the greens that I planted officially a week ago. Today, they should probably be up. But I've been taking my juicing pulp to the side of the garden, the rested area that I have out there, and I'm really excited about how that's looking. That looks really good. How do you know when to harvest root vegetables? I don't. I don't know, Chef and more. I got that, and I'm gonna make a video about it. But I got the ginger out there, and I don't know when it's ready. Um, and I tried with onions, but I think the month was too hot. So a lot of that stuff I'm just gonna wait until I'm like in my second year. But the ginger is out there and it's growing pretty good. It looks very healthy, but I don't know when to pull it. That's one thing I don't know. So connect with some of the gardeners here who might have more experience. I think that Angela, look, Angela, have you tried to grow ginger? And and you still are growing the radishes, Chef and more, right? But have you tried to grow? Who has tried to grow ginger or like a radish? I haven't, so I wouldn't know. This is my first year and everything. Actually, I'm still like in the first 6 months. So it all looks good though. It looks healthy and it looks good. But I'm afraid that if I pull it now, it might be too soon and I might have to rebury it. And I don't know if I should be doing that. Because I pulled up some, Miss Full Roller Sarah says, I think it depends on the vegetable. Potato is pretty much when the foliage turns yellow and dies back. So that's really good to know. So, because I got some sweet potatoes out there, and I don't definitely know when to pull them up. I just, like I said, I was just sticking seeds in soil, and I was even thinking about getting a bigger place, and I was like, nah. One day when I came back and everything, it was doing so good. And then I came, and then we had like a triple digit day and everything was just gone. My asthma had taken a turn, and then all the seedlings had died off just in a day, a matter of hours. So Shepherd Moore says, I have ginger planted too, but nothing yet. Planted some in April, never saw anything, so I planted more about a week ago. Um, my ginger took a long, long, long time to come up. I even forgot that I had put it in there. But once I started watering regularly, it started finally growing up, and I didn't know what it was. I was like, "What is this?" And then, but I had labeled it's like a bed out there, and I have what do you call it? Ginger, green onions, and peppers all in one little area. And so, um, yeah, radishes are pretty quick. If it has a nice amount of foliage, it's usually ready. Same for carrots. Um, how long the seed packet says to harvest and put the dates you planted in your calendar. Yeah, that's one of the things that I wasn't real good at first. I wasn't labeling things either. Thank you. What am I missing? Okay, yeah. So, and Angela says carrots, sweet potatoes, and beets will push up in this from the soil. And the one beet that I did pull already was pushing up from the soil. Even though I pulled it, I think it could have probably stayed a little bit longer, but it looked good. It looked really good, so I thought it was ready. And even though I don't like beets, the taste was different too than you know the others. So I was excited about that beet. I went out there and planted some more too, so I got a lot of beets coming. You can also gently pull the soil back after some time, right at the base of the foliage, to see if you see carrots and radishes. Okay. For some reason, I have been hesitant to believe what the pack says. Hard head I have. Yeah. And I'm just because I just know that I already don't have that kind of patience. I just nosy too. I just want to see how y'all growing. How are you guys growing out here? I just want to see if what I'm doing is right too. If it's, I don't know. I don't know. So, I think we pretty much covered that. What has been the biggest challenge in the garden? So, for those of you who have been gardening, what has been one of your biggest challenges in the garden? Um, one of my biggest challenges was um, just being patient enough to do a little bit at a time and try to see how I do with that. But because I was watching other people grow who were more seasoned than I was thinking instead of taking my time and really learning how things work and how soil works and everything like that, even getting to know what zone I'm in, I was just trying to do more than I was fully capable and ready to do and handle. So I think things dying and me not understanding, well, this is a cold weather plant, so it'll do better in the cold, or this is a more heat resistant plant, so it'll do better in the heat. Just not understanding that and trying to have hurry up and plant something and bring it to the table quicker than I should be bringing it was my biggest challenge. Just, like people say, you your biggest problem. But I ain't afraid to admit that. So, anyway, getting things to grow. Yep. And let's see. You almost have to look at the packet because different varieties of each veg grow and mature at different rates. Yeah, and I think that that's what I have to do too, because it's like buying a product and putting it together without the directions. So, you know, I've done that too, which is crazy. Let me see. I believe now this is my first year ever trying. Yeah, so the biggest challenge, I think, most. What has been your biggest challenge, Miss Fullroller Sarah? What have you experienced to be? And even where did uh Deba, what has been your biggest challenge in the garden? Um, you absolutely have to research the needs of the plant and act according to its needs, not necessarily what you want to do. The plant's needs to call the shots. Mm. Okay. 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 I gotta do better. I really do. I gotta do better with. I think it's just really following directions. But okay. So, yeah. So, have you been able to get anything at all to grow in the? My challenge is weather. I can't seem to use compost in my soil like all of you do. Why? Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Oh, that was horrible. I'm so sorry for that. But they're still growing, and I don't know how to protect them from the winter. Um, I think that because see, one of the things that I had to understand too is that even though a lot of us are connected, you got to kind of connect with people in your zone so you can find out how people in your zone are protecting their stuff. So you got to know your zone, and then you got to connect with people in that zone. Like, for example, there's people on YouTube that are in your same zone. So if you connect with them, then see what they're doing. What are they doing in that zone? And that's one of the things that I kind of had to find out too. Hi, California Bombshell. Welcome to the live. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you came on in. So, yeah, that's my baby girl. So, connect with her because she's working on her channel. It's not up yet, but she will be. So, connect with that. Connect with my child. Anyway, let's see. I'm gonna talk about it in an upcoming video, but growing in containers is very different from growing in the ground. Compost in my container mix compacts the soil too much and stunts my growth. And did you say you can't hear? Are you guys okay? Are you guys hearing me okay? I don't use compost. I am so I'm composting two different ways. I'm composting. Can everybody hear me okay though? Raise your hand if you can hear me okay. Maybe I need to turn up the volume. Let me see. Can you guys Can you hear me okay now? Okay. So, check your volume. So, what was I saying? Um, I do have a couple of things that are in containers, and I just have to be more proactive about making sure that I put water and fertilizer in the containers because I have a sprinkler system, and sometimes, you know, that part of me that has to go out there and I have a big bucket that is under the water hose spout, and I just fill that up, and then I'll use it. It's not for gardening, but I still do. It's like, what is that thing that you use to you put water in and you use it to water your stuff? What's that called? I know it, but it's just not there yet. But anyway, I use a pitcher. I found a picture at Walmart, and so I have like that big bucket that has the handles on it, and I fill that up with water, and I take the pitcher, that you put Kool-Aid in, or not Kool-Aid, but lemonade, and I take that and fill it up. It's, I don't know, it's probably about a gallon and a half or so, I don't know. And that's what I use to do my containers, because all of my okay, now I can hear. Oh, good. Good, good, good. Um what was I going to say? So, I use that, all of my eggplant are in containers. I don't have that in the ground. And then I started some carrots, and I haven't put those in the ground yet. And then I started some okra that's not in the ground yet. So, hi, Shanice. I mean, California Bombshell. Hi. We got, so we had to go over the rules. You can't be doing that in this small here mama's chat, California Bombshell. You can only do that one time. So I'm gonna have to delete that, because I'm, wait, hold on. I'll put it up here. That's my girl. And that, in case anybody wants to know, that lipstick we are wearing is called Living My Best Life. And one of my other daughters, that's her line of lipstick. So I'll put that out if anybody wants to know. Um, let's see. Yeah, it's the same one you're wearing. What'd you say? I'm drinking some lemonade right now. Okay. Okay. Good evening, Margie. Okay. Lemonade is my favorite. Yeah. Infused lemonade, but that's another station on another channel. Let's see. Good night. I can't. Doing what? What do you mean doing what? So, let's see. Okay, so yeah, good. So one of the things that you can't do in the chat, because YouTube, I think, is spam, is say the same thing over and over. So that's all. It's so funny to hear you say about put eggplant and okra are as most of us are about to close out those plants. Really? I think I've been seeing you guys saying that, but you have snow and frost and stuff, and we don't. That's why it's so good to know your zone, because you, like, you guys are closing that, and that's why before I realized how important a zone was, I was looking at what everybody in the East Coast and in different zones are doing, and I was thinking, I see you. You need to go to bed and stop. Love you, Mom. Good night. Good night. You said I can't do something on the channel. Okay, so um, so who is my one of my moderators? Put your hands up. So do you see how she's repeating? Can somebody take? I can't do it from StreamYard. Can somebody take one of the? You can't be repetitive in the chat. God, okay. She's a grown child, so I do my best not to be lashing at her. But yeah. So Chef and Moore says I need to find Zone 7B to see what and when I need to do something for my strawberries, rosemary, cayenne pepper. Good advice. So just connect connect with other. people in that zone on YouTube, so you can see what they're doing, and you can ask them questions like in their comments, and watch their videos and see what they're doing, because everybody right now is overwintering, right? Like, is that what it's called? Like, we don't have to do that in California. Our frost is gonna come in, but it's not like a severe frost. Like, our I think our frost starts in November 20th, and it lasts until, I believe, February. And the coldest that it'll get here in this city where I live at is probably in the 40s, maybe 35 or 40. So, and some of these cities are getting like below zero, right? I think that is the phone doing that, maybe. Were you able to see it though? Okay, it might be. What kind of lemonade, Shanisa? I see what you put up there. Oh my goodness. Connecticut is 7B and 6B, as I stated above. Oops. It's fall for us, 7B. So the last frost date is not here yet, but approaching in November. Okay. So that's like, I never heard of what did you say, overwintering? Somebody help me out here because I'm still in my first year, but I believe that is what they're saying, overwintering, which is getting basically set up for the cold. Because in some states you can't grow. Like, a lot of people are pulling, they are have trees and stuff in containers, and they just can't grow in the ground at that time. Wait, I just Googled it, and it says 6B, and another says zone 7B. I am confused. Um, I did that too. That happened to me as well, but I went with the popular one. So, or whatever that is, the almanac. Isn't the I have a video that talks about it, and it gives the website where you can go and type in your zip code, but you still have to know your area's weather, because 7B in the south is different from 7B in Seattle or somewhere else. And that's what I was thinking too, because I noticed that, like, in Florida, there's people who have my same zone number, my same zone, but they're raining a lot. They're not hot like it is here. So you just really, you just really got to do your research. You got to do your research, and it's not as easy as you think it is. And that's what my whole issue was when I first started, was just I just thought it was sticking some seeds in some soil and just watch it grow. And it's not like that at all. You gotta do your research. And I don't think there's a huge difference between 6B and 7B, but I'm not the one that really should be saying anything about it. I think you should connect with people who are in your own area. Also, it might help to go to like a local nursery and check with them to see what's really happening in your area. You Because I've done that too. I went to Walmart, just Walmart alone, and the plants that are there, just talk to somebody in that area. So I think that's a good idea. Make sure you just connect with people. 6B gets much colder than zone 7B. Okay, so I'm wrong, don't listen to me. Connect with people in your area and on YouTube who are, you know, in your area, so they can tell you. Cause I don't know. Um, I'm still finding out what's in my own area and how I can grow it best. This is very important. So, yeah, I think that just knowing is important, and and what you're growing. And I have to have these conversations because every week I learn something. I learn something new. Um, it's like going to school, like I talked about, I think one other Saturday before. In every college, you're gonna see the subject followed by 101. So I still feel like I'm in gardening 101, and it's gonna be like that at least for the first year, for the first and second semester. Please hit the like button for the hostess. Thank you so much, Melanie, and all of my moderators, Miss Full Roller Sarah, and let's see, Chef and more. Thank you guys. You guys are doing an amazing job. An amazing job. I appreciate it. So we are getting a lot covered and a lot done. Let's see. What are the questions that I have? So the biggest challenge, we covered that. We think we know what zones we're in, but we got to do a little bit more research when it comes to that. And why did you guys start gardening? I know we covered the part where whether we've gardened or not gardened, and but why did you start gardening? Why why did you think it was necessary to be growing stuff? Let's see. Oh yeah, I noticed that too, Miss Full Roller Sarah. She said, check the date of the map you are looking at. It was revised in 2012. I think probably because of the change in weather in the past 20 years than back in the day. I noticed that too because there was dates and I remember seeing 2012 listed on there like that. So let me see if I'm missing anything else. Anybody? Am I missing? Let me see. Okay. Yes, Melanie, that's correct. However, the map has been updated and the old maps are still up as well. I think it's called USDA Growing Zones. Don't look at the 1990s map as it's the old map. I started because eventually I want to be able to live completely off of what I grow, just in case, like prepping. Yeah, I spent a lot of time gardening with both of my grandmothers when I was a little girl, my maternal. Yeah, so I think that once I got into gardening, because it has so many life lessons in it, that it kind of reminded me of being in the garden with my grandma too. So um, it was kind of bringing back some memories. I remember she did a lot of green beans and stuff. So I remember being in the living room on the floor watching the news, picking green beans with her from the garden. So I don't my green beans kind of got pulled up by uprooted by the windstorm that came through. But I got my purple green beans that are still intact, and I won't pick them like I used to with my grandma, but I wash them off, and I get about a handful of them a week, and so I've been sticking them in the freezer bag as the new ones come in, hoping that in January I should have a nice little pot full, and I'm hoping that that's how that'll go. But I don't know. I wanted flowers at first, because it was getting expensive to buy flowers in pots. Then I got into water, wanting to eat healthier, and again, buying lots of produce is expensive. It is because I'm still, you know, for this healthy lifestyle that I'm trying to do my best to stick to. Um, Even though tonight I've been indulging in some lemon cake and strawberries. I was celebrating my 600, pre-celebrating. It's very expensive. It is this expensive. I want to show you guys the ginger that I got from the local. Oh my goodness, the local farmers market. It looks so good, but honestly, I haven't seen no ginger like this at all since I've been buying ginger, and I'm almost scared of it. I'm almost scared of it, but I want to show y'all that ginger right quick so you can see what I'm talking about. I started planting flowers, and as I got older, I started wanting to grow some of my food. It is therapeutic to me as well. I love being in the dirt. I haven't developed a love for the dirt per se, but just the idea of growing food and bringing it to my table is exciting for me, and just the idea of actually seeing something growing that I planted is really just, it keeps me on edge and it keeps me full of excitement. So you're already there, sister. Congratulations. Can you show it to us? Canyon, come here. I hear you playing in there. Hold on just a second. Let me see how he do. Stop right there. Stop right there. Go downstairs, look on the table, and bring me a piece of that ginger.
Okay.
Just a second, y'all. Yeah, let's see if he follows directions. Yeah, it was almost kind of scary when I looked at it, but it's like ideal. Like, yeah, look at this. Can you see that? Can you see it okay? I'm gonna juice this up tomorrow, first thing in the morning. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. But I should have brought a piece that I had already. Canyon, go get me another piece that don't look like this. I want to compare. I want y'all to see the comparison.
A smaller one?
Yeah, the one that's in the basket. Bring that one. Oh no. I done turned on something else. I didn't mean to do that. But you see how you see that? Can you see that pretty good? I was shocked. The lady that I ordered from my Instacart, and she said it looks. Let me see if this is. Oh, not that one.
No?
No,
In the basket?
the one in the basket.
Okay.
I'm gonna put that one he just brought me in the ground. Yeah, this is like I almost feel like this has been pumped up with something it shouldn't have. But it's like ideal for what I want to juice. It's like ideal. It looks like it's been genetically modified. I'm gonna juice this. I'm gonna juice this in the morning, and I got like two big bags of it too. I'm gonna juice that. I hope that it would be good if what I got planted in the garden grows like this. Have I asked that already? Has anybody grown any ginger? Because how do I know that the ginger that I was getting before, even though I haven't seen none like this since I've been juicing ginger plain like this at all. This is huge. It looked like it's been anyway, let me stop.
That's money.
It's taking you like forever.
I couldn't figure out which
Okay.
basket you were talking about.
All right, can you see this one? It's not as plump, and it just doesn't. I just got this. My light is too bright. Can you see it? So, I mean, I don't know if you can see that good, but this is the one that I got last week sometime. Oh, let's see. Can you see it? Okay. I don't know, but it could be a different variety or originally from another area. Okay. Yeah, that could be. I mean, ideally, I'd like to have my ginger looking like this. It looks healthy. It just looks like a fat ginger. This one, most of the ones that I get, just they don't look this. It's like this. It's. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So you could be right. I'm not. I'm gonna juice this. I want to say some other words, but I'm gonna juice it like it's the best ginger I ever had. So yeah. I'm excited about it anyway. Either way it goes. So anyway, we are right on about an hour coming up here. It's been an awesome blessing to have you guys in here, and I just wanted to go over my schedule for this upcoming week. If you didn't know already, um, oh, not yet. I've got to research to see if ginger will grow in my climate, how it's grown, etc. makes a difference in how big things get. So, yeah. Um, oh, I was going to go over my schedule. So, I'll be up every morning, 7 days a week, and it's usually around 4 here, but I've been sleeping so good that usually on the weekend I've been getting up a little bit later, like this morning. I didn't get up until like around 5 something. So I'll do my best. And I did do my about section. So if you want to know my schedule, please take a look at the about section because I have some awesome people that I have been in their lives, including Chef and More. If you are not following Chef and More, please do so because she is amazing and she has some amazing information for you. Also, let me see. Yeah, so I got my about section all filled out and it has the schedule up in there, but I'll just go over it still. Um, 7 days a week, I'm up early in the morning for my juicing and some pretty awesome talk during that time. So I don't know if any of you guys have been in it, but we come up with some pretty awesome stuff in having a stress free zone to make sure that whatever you're doing is working. And then my Saturday night lives, like tonight, we talk about just gardening. I mean, I'll talk about whatever you guys want to, but gardening is the focus because that's why I really started on YouTube. and all that great stuff. So I am also going to be working on my celebration of my 600 subscribers. And I just want to give a huge thank you to everybody who is subscribed to this channel and who is following this channel and who has been in my live watching my videos. Is that Killer Whale that just made it into this chat? Welcome to the live. Let me see. Yeah. Welcome to the live, Killer Whale. That's pretty exciting. So I'm excited that you made it. And I am getting ready to end the live. I'm just going over my schedule. And if you haven't already got everybody who's in this live and who has shown support tonight, please do so. But what I was getting ready to say is I just hit my 600 subscribers, and I will be having another live on Monday to thank everyone who has subscribed. And in doing so, I hope that all of you guys are there. And if you can, share it out, and we can all celebrate together on Monday. But I'm excited. I'm excited. I am so excited, y'all. So I'm going to end the live. And once again, thank you. Thank you to everybody who came on in here and is supporting you, girl. Good night.